Hello everyone. In this video, we will solve the binary tree right side view problem. This is a very popular coding interview question that tests your understanding of tree traversals like breadth-first search and depth-first search. Before we begin, let's quickly recap what a binary tree is. It is a hierarchical data structure made up of nodes. Each node contains a value and can have at most two children, commonly referred to as the left child and the right child. The topmost node is called the root. So, what exactly is the right side view? Imagine you are standing on the right side of the tree and looking towards the left. The nodes that you can see from this position make up the right side view. Essentially, for every level of the tree, you want to pick the rightmost node that is not blocked by another node. Here is the most important part of this problem. Many beginners assume we just need to collect all the right children. That is incorrect. Look at this example. Node 3 has no children. However, Node 2 has a right child, Node 5. Because the right side ended early at Node 3, Node 5 becomes visible from the right side. This is called shadowing. If a right node is missing, you see the node behind it. Let's trace this with a concrete example. At level 0, we see the root 1. At level 1, we see node 3. At level 2, even though node 5 is a child of the left branch, it is the rightmost visible node because node 3 has no children. Finally, at level 3, node 6 is the only node present, so it is visible. The result is 1, 3, 5, 6. Our first strategy is breadth-first search, or level order traversal. The logic is straightforward. We traverse the tree layer by layer. For each layer, we collect all the nodes. The last node we process in each layer is guaranteed to be the rightmost node for that level. Here is how the BFS logic works in code. We use a queue to store nodes. For every iteration of the while loop, we process all nodes currently in the queue. This represents one entire level. As we iterate through the level, we check if the current node is the last one in the sequence. If it is, we add it to our result list. The second strategy uses depth-first search. Typically, DFS visits the left child before the right child. However, we can modify this to visit the right child first. We also keep track of the current depth level as we traverse. The key insight is this. The first time we visit a node at a specific depth, that node must be the rightmost one because we are prioritizing the right side. Let's visualize the recursive steps. We start at the root at depth 0. Since our result list is empty, we add the root. Then we go right to node 3 at depth 1. We add it. Then we try to go right again, but if that is null, we backtrack and go left or deep into the left branch's right child. By checking if the size of our result list equals the current depth, we ensure we only add the first node we encounter for each level. Finally, let's analyze the efficiency. For time complexity, it is big O of n because we must visit every node at least once to ensure we don't miss any deep nodes on the left side. For space complexity, it depends on the tree shape. For BFS, it is proportional to the maximum width of the tree. For DFS, it is proportional to the height of the tree.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.